Just, you heard the introduction, very short introduction. I love short introductions. My greatest nightmare to hear a long introduction where information is taken from Wikipedia or other internet sources, and I'm scared to death to learn something new about myself. So I was presented as somebody who knows something about strategy, and I, as you also heard, had other activities after quitting professional chess. And my interests range from artificial intelligence to human rights. And I'll try to cover all these elements. But my first language, my first window that shaped my view to the world was chess. And I was lucky. It's the game, just taught me a lot. And first, before we move into discussing different strategy elements, I want to say, why chess? Many people think that chess is some kind of, obscure game. Of course, it cannot compete with popularity of the game invented here in Finland called Angry Birds. But okay, we are still kicking, and the game of chess is about 1,500 years old. So we'll see what happens with Angry Birds in the next 15 years. It's amazing that chess is so popular everywhere. So when you look at Hollywood, for instance, so the moment they want, the producers, the actors, they want to present an intellect, someone who is just so, intellectual, smart. They use chess. See, Harry Potter, that comes from the book. You have to pass a chess test before getting to to the end of your journey. One of my favorite movies, Casablanca, Humphrey Bogart, playing chess at the openings of this movie. By the way, for anybody who plays chess, the position there, actually I tried to look at this, it's a real one. It was a very important theoretical position from French defense at that time in 1941. And Humphrey Bogart was quite, a chess fan. Next picture, if you recognize it, even vampires play chess. And of course, the Terminator. Yeah, it was a friendly draw. And I can tell you, 6 months after making this draw, he became the governor of California. But chess is used not only in Hollywood, it's also in advertising. See the picture? So it's all over the place, chess, chess, chess. And my favorite one, it's advertising war. On one side, you could see your move. On the other side, checkmate. Guess who won? In my view, just it proves that chess, the reputation of chess as the ultimate sign of intellect, sort of supersede dramatically the way that the game is perceived by general public. When I left professional chess, I thought it would be good to summarize my experience and to bring it together in a book. It's about decision making. Because when I played throughout my professional career, somebody calculated I made 89,612 moves. So each move has a decision. Some of them are trivial when you do the openings or the final stage of the game. Some of them are pretty obvious. Some of them are unique and original. But each of these moves is a decision. And it's like decisions we made on a daily basis. Here is the book, several languages. It's 24 languages in total. In some countries, I had to take the word of the publisher. It was my book. I could read many languages, but not all of them. This book, it's not the book of tips. The question which annoys me often is when I'm being asked, Mr. Kasparov, can you give us a tip? How to get, better in making decisions. And my answer is, it's impossible. It's like asking, the whole audience, asking, about the best advice, sort of how to treat a certain illness. Because before we look for a remedy, we should go through the blood test. We should do certain things to understand what works for us. Something which works for me may not work for you, or even worse. So decision-making is as unique as fingerprints or DNA. We're all different. So that's why the way we make decisions is different. And trying to just to give an universal advice, I think it's at least is counterproductive.